off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. There's the building. The Wicked Witch's bike. All right, everyone. We decided to take a drive just for the day to the Oz Museum out in Kansas. And we live in Kansas City, so we thought this would just be a day drive there and back. This is something really, really cheap I could do with my kid, and it took half the day because of the traveling. So we packed up a few sandwiches and we decided we were going to go on this road trip. And it was a lot of fun, just singing in the car and enjoying this museum. So when you first walk in the door, there's a lot of gifts and a gift shop there. You purchase your tickets and then you go on the porch of the house and they do a little introduction and you're in Oz. And you are greeted by Dorothy and Toto as soon as you walk in the door there, and it starts from scene where the witch has been landed on by the house. The only thing that I didn't really care for with this museum is they didn't really show more of a twister and what a twister can do. Other than that, it's more of the story of the movie. So this is the original books right here by the author. See how old they are? And there's the first pop-up book, I'm assuming.
Which one was the first?
So L. Frank Baum, the book. 1856 to 1919. Look at all the different type of books. There's so much.
How much did L. Frank Baum?
I bet he never knew that they were going to make so many movies after him. There's the music score sheet to the songs. Oh, I didn't know Laurel and Hardy did The Wizard of Oz. I'm going to have to go home and watch that. Oh.
I mean,
Laurel and Hardy, they're an old comic, old show. So here is the original book, and I thought it was interesting to see how the movie matched up with the original book. There's a lot of drawings here on these pages that were not in the original movie. And I didn't realize there were so many books made of The Wizard of Oz before the movie even came out. There's the monkeys. Yeah. Why is Hello Kitty? Dorothy. That's cute. I used to love Hello Kitty when I was little. Okay. Nesting dolls. You want that lollipop right there? So the only thing my son wanted out of the gift shop was a lollipop, so of course he got one. I like how this museum was at your own pace, and I love all of the cookie jars that they had. They seemed to have a cookie jar for every character, And here are the Munchkins and their outfits to see how tiny they were. It's kind of unbelievable to think about. And then they did talk a lot about Judy Garland and the movie itself. Oh, here's our favorite. Before you walk into Oz, the person doing the introduction asks you who your favorite character is. And of course, we both said, the Scarecrow. If I only had a brain. Right here, someone made a quilt of the whole story of the Wizard of Oz, and I thought that was so talented of someone to take the time to make. Another thing I didn't really like about the museum is everything's behind glass doors, windows, and small print on the signs. I was having a really hard time looking at everything and reading what it was I was looking at. Everything's so old, I wasn't really sure what I was looking at some points. But I did like all the statues. It was a great photo op. So Friday night, we watched the movie before we left on this field trip, and my son said he watched it in school, and he really didn't want to watch this or even go on this field trip today, but I think he enjoyed it. It's nice to do something different. I really liked it, except for I wish I knew what I was looking at and reading on some of these things, but overall, this was a really great museum. It doesn't take very long to walk through, and it's just interesting. I feel like I have an old soul, so it just brought back good memories of good times.
I think I'll miss you most of all. Are you ready now? Yes. Be quiet, Toto. Yes, I'm ready now. Then close your eyes and tap your heels together 3 times. And think to yourself, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. There is no place like home.
Right here are the handprints of the movie stars in the movie. Thought that was pretty cool. Again, I really am glad I was able to do this because I could walk as slow as I needed to through this museum, and there was just so much to see and look at and read. So it was an overall really awesome trip, and I'm so glad that I got to spend the time with my son, making memories and doing something we've never done before. I love learning, and this is the best way to teach your kids about things in life is by doing. So I'm feeling very, very blessed. And overall, I thought this museum was really cool. That's the end. The yellow brick road isn't really yellow anymore. It's more of an off-white, but it's an alley across the street, and there's paintings on the walls. So we walked down the alley, and behind the alley, they were getting ready for a carnival. Looks like next weekend they're having a fair, and 4th of July celebration, so we just missed that. But behind even where the carnival was being set up, there is a swimming pool with water slides and city pool area, and I wish I would have brought our swimsuits because we could have stayed and swam for a couple hours before heading back home. But overall, it was a really great trip, and again, feeling so very blessed to have this time with my son and just doing something we've never done before. It was so much fun. But there's no place like home, so on the road we go. All right, everyone, we went to go see the Wizard of Oz Museum here in Kansas, and we are going to head back home to Kansas City now. I think we're going to swing by Topeka on our way home. But I hope you guys enjoy this little video. This was super cheap, $13.